Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zesty or Testy podcast. I am Testy McNasty. With me, as always, is Zesty Tito de la Pinga.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? We always like to start this podcast off with a toast.
Toast.
I once had a crazy teacher that said, "My future is so bright, I've got to wear shades."
Ooh.
Cheers.
Salute. I like
That's
that, dude.
a Gen X quote. You won't find that.
You guys wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe you would. Because your parents told you about it.
How are you today?
Oh, a lot better than last week.
Oh, hey, is this charged? Is this going to turn off in the middle of anything?
How'd you like our little Fade to Black?
Yeah. That was so planned.
Yeah, we totally planned that.
Sure.
I mean, I had a full battery. Like 6 days before it went out. But for what it's
Quit
worth.
watching porn on the tablet we use for the podcast.
Why? I mean,
Because you don't plug it in.
That's what she said.
Virus. Weird pop-up.
I'm like, why is this running so slow? It just comes and goes.
Ba-dum-bum.
Hey. So, my apologies for last week. We like to refer to that as a technical difficulty, also known as I forgot to charge the tablet.
I wonder how much it drove listeners to our Spotify site to hear the rest of it. Who knows?
Dude. It was the listening audience on Spotify was ridiculous.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, a whopping 2 more.
Hey!
So,
2 people actually cared enough to finish the podcast. Everybody else is like, yeah.
Where was our?
It's all right.
Where was our international?
I don't need to see the last of it.
Where was our international listener from?
It was New Zealand. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm honest, I think that was me on a VPN. Because sometimes the VPN will set you in like a different area.
You didn't have to tell me that shit, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I could have lived knowing we had an international listener.
For one episode, we had an international listener.
That's before we had YouTube.
I know, that was
If he would have stuck around, he would have been like,
amazing.
"Damn, these guys are awesome, dude." If most of our fan base or listening audience would be in New Zealand, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Although, did you ever watch Flight of the Conchords?
Yeah. Were they from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought so.
I don't know. I didn't watch them. Like, I'd be flipping through and they'd be on, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's funny," and then change the channel.
So a while ago, when we before we got started, you said you might have a couple of things to talk about.
Oh, we're cutting straight to that?
Well, no, I'm just asking. I mean, now I'm curious.
If I say the phrase to you, "You have an unnatural allegiance to losers," that's not like you. What would that phrase mean to you?
That you have unnatural allegiance to losers.
It is our meme of the month and our newest episode of the Tales from the Zesty Net. I know you don't like.
I like the sound effects.
I know. That's how high tech we get.
Yeah.
I can't afford. Like,
It sounds like we just made it, but no, that's
me.
No, he made it, but it's not from his. I mean, like it's true sound effects.
Zesty actually doesn't talk the entire episode. It's me sticking my hand up his ass and making his mouth move.
Woo!
You may not be aware of it, and I know you don't like talking about other podcasts on this podcast, but there is another podcast called Club Shay Shay. It's run by former Denver Bronco Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
Do you know who Cat Williams is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, comedian. Yeah, of course.
Comedian extraordinaire.
Yeah.
He went on the Club Shay Shay podcast, and oh my goodness, he had a lot of shit to say.
Like what?
Well,
let's start.
Cat and the rapper Ludacris were both invited to an Illuminati event where it would be decided that one person was going to have to cut off. I guess they had similar styles back then. They both had the long hair and they both had the sideburns that went into like the little triangle. Mm-hmm. One of the two would have to cut all that off. They would have to join the Illuminati, and they would get a $200 million deal from multiple movies.
Shit.
And Cat Williams turned it down.
No kidding.
Well, you had to fuck Quincy Adams in order to get into the Illuminati.
Like literally?
Like, literally, according to Cat Williams.
Wow. $200 million? He wouldn't do it?
Apparently, Ludacris would.
Yeah.
And that's why there's...
Ludacris has a movie out.
That's why there's 10 Fast and Furious. Because Ludacris is fast and furious and a little bi-curious, apparently.
Oh, shit, dude.
According to Cat Williams. I don't know any of this first-hand information. I'm just regurgitating what Cat Williams said.
Hopefully our corporate office won't ask us to, like, come back and, like, retract this. Oh, we don't have a corporate office. We're good. We are the corporate office.
Shit. Harvey Weinstein
Oh, I know the guy.
offered to suck Cat Williams' dick, and he turned that down as well.
Wait, who turned it down? Harvey or...
Cat Williams turned down Harvey Weinstein offering to suck Cat Williams' dick, according to Cat Williams. Cat Williams used to go on tour and make jokes about this before it came out that Harvey Weinstein was a serial rapist. And, like, he got canceled hard because they're like, you're making false accusations and shit. Well, it turns out...
There was some truth to what Cat had to say.
Harvey Weinstein is a little bit of a sexual deviant. Let's see. He says... he said 3 black comedians did take Harvey Weinstein up on the offer, and that's why they became famous black comedians.
Who and who?
He didn't name them.
Oh, man.
He didn't name those. But he says that there are 7 members of the Illuminati, and when you join the Illuminati, you get assigned a light-skinned wife with a weird face. And I'm going to name the 7 members, and if you go and look them up next to their wife, they all kind of match. Are you ready?
Go.
Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, who is somebody I've never heard of before. Faison Love is somebody else that I've never heard of before. The rapper Ludacris. One of my favorite comedians of all time, Kevin Hart. Illuminati, apparently. And Chris Tucker. So he also says part of it is you have to go and like wear a dress in the movie, and Kevin Hart's done that. Ricky Smiley's done that. Tyler Perry and Martin Lawrence have also both done that. He didn't say those 2 were in the Illuminati. He's just talking about the first 7.
Gotcha.
He said those other ones have been
Holy shit, dude.
wearing dresses. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm talking. This is the meme. You're not on the internet, apparently, because when this shit came out, like, I couldn't goddamn open a damn thing without fucking Cat Williams talking some shit. And then I had to, like, sit there and, like, well, let me listen to this whole interview from start to finish. I was like, holy fuck, let me listen to it again and take notes this time. Well, now that's what I'm looking at. Go ahead.
I don't get on the intro web because...
there's some weird shit on there.
Well, that and my net zero goes real slow.
You're still downloading that issue from Playboy of the 1997?
Well, I started it like a year and a half ago. It's still going. But then I keep on getting these spam calls and it interrupts my downloads.
Yeah, I know. Right?
So, yeah,
you have to start from scratch. All right.
Wow, dude, that's something. By the way, I saw Kevin Hart's movie.
Which one?
He's got a new movie on Netflix, dude.
Oh, yeah?
I was disappointed.
Was
it was a decent
funded
movie.
by the Illuminati?
I think so. I mean, he dressed up as a woman.
Does he dress up like a woman in the movie?
No, but you know.
By the way, the spiked hot chocolate is delicious on this cold winter morning. You were trying to get me to drink it last week, and I turned you down. But I'm very happy I did not turn you down today because this is delicious.
Well, I didn't know what to make, and I'm like, what do I make?
Warming me from my core.
I'm like, do I just give him warm water because we're gonna be outside?
No, no.
And this little
I could just pour it on my.
This little bitch ass was complaining last week that
I was fasting from alcohol last week.
Well, that's why you were cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm feeling.
And it was also fucking 27 degrees.
I ain't feeling shit today.
Yeah, there you go. We don't even have a heater on today.
Well, it's 10 degrees warmer today.
Yeah, it feels hot.
So,
Hot.
Kevin Hart claims that he started, so comedians, I don't know if you know anything about comedians. They're
funny.
They're funny. They
That's
tell
all
jokes.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about comedians. No, actually, you can't really tell if a joke works or not until you tell it in front of an audience. So a lot of comedians go to open mics, they go to nightclubs, and they tell jokes, and nobody laughs, and then they fix it a little bit, and they tell it again. Some people laugh, and then they fix it again, and it's a good joke, everybody laughs, and they add it, and then that's how they create jokes. So Kevin Hart claims that he started on the East Coast and worked his way up through the nightclubs and stuff. But Cat Williams claims that he was also working the East Coast and knows a lot of East Coast comments, and not once did anybody ever see Kevin Hart until he suddenly appeared on the movie Soul Plane and had a bunch of comedy specials out of nowhere.
Huh. Wow, dude, that's something. Speaking of, so you must have never sucked dick, because you did a comedy thing, right?
I never sucked dick, that's right. Because nobody laughed at my jokes. So I used to do open night at the...
How was that, dude?
It's soul crushing, man. You everybody gets 4 minutes, and you go up there, and I tell you a joke, and maybe you laugh politely, or I tell my wife a joke, and she laughs politely, and I tell other friends, like at poker night, everybody's drunk. I tell a joke, everybody laughs hard because they're drunk. And then you tell that same joke at a nightclub, and everybody just kind of looks at you waiting for the punchline. It's like, oh, that.
How many times did you do that shit?
That was a punchline. I did it for a while, up until COVID, and so maybe like 2 or 3 months.
No kidding, dude.
Yeah, I just.
What was the goal?
The goal was just something different, man. Just like this podcast.
To go up to Harvey Weinstein, let him do you, and then
they get $200 million.
And you get a movie?
All I got to do is take it up the ass. So, no, I never sucked Harvey Weinstein's dick. Nobody laughed at my jokes. Actually, towards the end, I was kind of getting funny. I had one really good night. The problem is, like, sometimes you get to go early, sometimes you get to go late. They deal you a card to tell you when you go, and I was late. It was 2 a.m. It was only other comics there, but I fucking killed with the other comics.
Because everybody was drunk?
Because everybody was drunk, and they were ready to go home.
Dude, I don't know that I could do that shit.
You could. So actually, there was an ex-football player that decided he was going to do stand-up comedy at the open mic, and he sat at the table, and I was bullshitting with the other comics, and he told him his big joke was, he's like, I'm going to kill him with this guy. You know, when they cut you from the team, nobody wants to admit that you got cut from the team. You tell them, well, my shoulder's acting up, so I'm not going to play this season. And that was his big joke. So
really?
He gets on stage. And he's got like a whole pad full of other jokes, but he's like, that's the one that's going to kill him. He gets on stage, he tells that joke, and nobody laughs. Just like nobody laughed at the table when he told it. And he goes to the other, he looks at the pad, he looks at the mic, he's like, no, I'm going to get down there. Everybody's like, no, come on, just finish it. Finish the 4 minutes, finish. And he tries to tell another joke. He doesn't even finish the second joke. He runs out of the comedy club. He literally gets off stage and runs out the front door and leaves. It's hard. It's hard to stand in front of a bunch of people and tell a joke, and nobody laughs, and everybody's just staring at you, and you still got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
And you would go up there with your notes?
No, I would go up there by memory.
Oh, shit.
I don't like to do my notes. I would sit there and work on it in front of the mirror and then do it on stage. So
I don't consider myself a funny person. I consider myself a person that says stupid funny shit, you know? But I'm not sure that I could go up there. And and I've heard plenty of times, dude, you should do stand-up. You should do stand-up. I don't know that I could do it. It takes a special person, dude. Very special, like you know? No, dude, I honestly would find that to be, like, I can do public speaking. I would find it terrifying to be up there, dude.
Could you do public speaking? When have you done public speaking?
When have I done it? A number of times, dude.
Okay.
So,
what's the difference between that and telling a joke?
That when I go up in front of people and I'm talking about something, I always go up there with a mindset that I'm the subject matter expert, right?
Yeah.
I'm the person that knows this stuff. I'm going to call it educate or enlighten people on what I'm about to say, right? Versus going up there and going in there with the pressure that I've got to make people laugh. Like, there's zero pressure, right? So I'll give you an example. The company I used to work for, years ago, almost 20 years ago, 18 years ago or so, when they came to San Antonio, they gave away a motorcycle. Yeah. Right? One of those Iron Horse motorcycles, like a $30,000 motorcycle or so. And so at this event at Rosedale Park, they said, hey, we need you to go up there with a radio host, right? And we need you to just kind of, present the prize and, just kind of, have a little conversation up there on stage with him, just make light of it. He goes, he'll walk you through, and so we did, right? And I just went along with him, but then eventually it turned into like a little, just a funny, call it interaction between the two of us, right?
Yeah.
And the guy was really nice. Afterwards, he's like, man, have you ever done this before? I said, no.
You're just good at bullshitting.
And so I did. But so it was different because I went in there with the mindset that I was just going to go talk about who we were, what the company was, what we were there to do.
Yeah.
And so, at first, although I will tell you, at first I was told there's going to be about 100 people in front of you.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then afterwards, they said, "Hey, well, it might be more like 500 to 600 people in front of the stage, right?" And then the day of the event, the lady that's our contact for the radio station, she says, "Are you ready to go up there?" And they start announcing at Rosedale Park that we're about to give away this $30,000 motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody starts coming from everywhere to this thing, and now there's about 2,000 people in front of the stage. Yeah, dude, it got real.
But you're good at interacting with people. It's like what we're doing right here. We're like playing off each other. We're talking with each other. It's kind of like you're having a conversation.
Happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened
You're good at that.
at the event. And that's why I said, I can do that.
Yeah. We could go on stage together. There's comedy duos.
Oh, it's look. I recently had an opportunity to go see Martin Short and
Steve Martin. Yeah.
And I don't really care for Martin Short. I love Steve Martin.
Yeah, Martin Short's
he's a little intense for me. A little too much.
ADHD, like he's kind of all over the place.
So, but together, I saw them together, and they play off of each other. And, and it was they were both hilarious. Which I actually heard a funny story, and I'm going to share it with you. Sorry, quickly. They were talking about
nothing quick.
They were talking about Three Amigos, right? And I don't know about movie. Okay, so I do too. But they were talking about how they did the Three Amigos, and Chevy Chase and Steve Martin had been friends a lot longer because of SNL. They had been friends a lot longer than Martin Short with the two of them.
Sure.
And so the day of the premiere of the Three Amigos, all three comedians.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? What do we do for the premiere?
They didn't dress up in the mariachi outfits?
Well, they said yes. We're going to show up in our mariachi costumes. That was going to be the premiere.
Yeah.
And then Steve Martin called Chevy Chase and said, "Hey, let's just go in tuxes, but don't tell Marty." So Martin Short was the only one that showed up in the fucking costume. Dude.
That's awesome.
And so anyway, they shared it on that here when I went to go see him about 2 years ago, but it was pretty hilarious.
Back in the day, HEB used to have a discount bin of DVDs, and you can't really find that anymore. But I used to dig through that.
Walmart still has that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I found the Three Amigos for $5, and I bought it. I was so excited. I ran home. I called my friend Nick. I'm like, "Nick, I just bought the Three Amigos on DVD for $5." And he's like, "You paid too much for that movie."
You're like, "Do you even have a fucking DVD player?"
No, I still have a VHS player and a shitload of VHS tapes because you can buy them for $0.25 anywhere you go.
I have a VHS player, and I have it because I've got old VHS videos.
Home videos?
Home videos, yeah.
My home videos are on DVD. Did you still use a VHS recorder? Because your kids are younger than mine.
No, I didn't use it. I had it from like...
your childhood. Okay.
Yeah.
My parents have those. I don't know where those are.
I mean, back in the day when I used to, whatever I did with those video cameras, Anywho, that's beside the point. Damn Harvey Weinstein.
You didn't let me finish my Illuminati talk.
Anyway, well, yeah, go on. Sorry.
Okay, so Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker used to be really good friends, and Michael Jackson would call Chris Tucker Christmas. It's Christmas. Hi, Christmas. Christmas is here. This is all according to Cat Williams. I'm not saying this. I'm repeating what Cat Williams said on this podcast.
Sounds to me like you're accusing.
Cat Williams also said Chris Tucker has been to Epstein Island. He did not say that he raped children on Epstein Island, but there's not a whole lot else to do on Epstein Island. But yes, Cat Williams said Chris Tucker has been to Epstein Island. Steve Harvey You remember when he used to have the little high top fade?
Oh, yeah.
Cat Williams said that was a, not a toupee, but like one of those little stick-on things.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Harvey's always been bald. And he said that Steve Harvey lied about being homeless. Steve Harvey used to never been homeless. I'm just regurgitating. We're almost at the end. Cat Williams said the reason he's gotten this far in Hollywood with a virgin asshole, he said it's because P. Diddy wants to party and you have to tell P. Diddy no. The rapper.
No
Daddy.
shit.
So there was, I don't know if you're aware of this either, like one of Puff Daddy's former female R&B singer signed to his label is currently suing him for sexual assault or something.
Yeah.
Or not, or like you have promise of sexual favors in order to get on the recording. Or I don't even know what it is because I didn't really look into it. But apparently he does men and women.
Quadrisexual, men, women, animals, and heavy machinery.
There you go. Randomly, he also said the comedian Earthquake is illiterate. Okay, I'm done with the Cat Williams interview. It was fantastic. If you want, I mean, I don't want to promote another podcast, but go look up the Club Shay Shay and look up the Cat Williams interview. It is nonstop, start to finish, just amazing.
Dude, I like Cat Williams. It still doesn't change the fact that I think he's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, Cat Williams is hilarious. And he's got a virgin asshole. He hasn't given the booty up to get where he was. Apparently, all these other comedians have.
20 years ago, he had a special, dude, and he was talking about these young moms wanting to, nurture their kids, right? Smother the kids. And he talks about how fucking kid can walk. Get him off the damn stroller.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about the kid's legs like
dragging along the street.
And so now,
I've seen kids like that.
You know, you fast forward that shit 20 years later, and I look at these young parents, right? And they're walking around with their kid who's like 8 years old, 9 years old.
Dragging the feet.
Yeah. And I swear I can't.
Drinking a Coke.
Yeah. I can't help it. They're like smoking a cigar. Yeah. Like, come on, Mom, hurry up.
I gotta do my taxes.
Yeah. No, because they don't work. Neither do the parents. Different story. But that's what I think of, dude. I just, and I look at my wife, I'm like, look, there's some truth to what Cat Williams said. And she still remembers
that bit.
That one bit, yeah.
There's a lot of truth in that. If you smother your kids and never let them, grow for themselves, they won't grow. Kids got to get out there and bang their shins up, make mistakes, or else they don't grow.
Yeah, dude. Unfortunately, that shit was from our time. By the way, dude, how have you? I had some questions come up. Sorry, I'm changing the subject here. I'm all over the place. I had some questions asked about your health.
Oh yeah, I'm doing much better. I've been religious about taking my medications.
He's drinking and smoking, so.
Drinking a spiked hot chocolate, smoking a cigar. I asked the doctor. He said the cigars. He said you're gonna do what you're gonna do is what he said. But
you're feeling better.
I'm feeling better. I've been religious about taking my medications, and honestly, all that episode could have been completely non-existent if I had just been compliant with taking my medications. But healthcare workers are always the worst about being compliant. So
ain't that the truth?
I know. I take my pills.
I'm not a healthcare worker, but I know I've been around some of them, and I've always heard the same thing.
Yeah,
that they're the worst ones.
They're the worst
about
ones,
following their own. Now, ever since you told me about your healthcare, so funny, dude, because I am like on top of taking my medication every day.
Me too, man.
I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna mess around with that.
Yeah, don't end up in the ER. My God, my youngest, a couple nights ago, I came home and checked on her. And as soon as I walked her into the room, she just burst into tears. And I'm like, why are you crying? And she was like, so like I get in bed with her, I cuddle with her. I'm like, why are you crying? Tell me what happened. Just tell me. It's okay. You'll feel better if you say it out loud. And like for a long time, she just kept crying, didn't want to say anything. Finally, I'm getting frustrated. So I'm like, just tell me. Just tell me why you're crying.
Very nurturing.
Yeah, I know. And she's like, I keep thinking about you almost dying. And I'm oh my God, I'm not going to. And I told her, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die for a long time. But death is part of life, In 40 years, I will die. And she's crying again. I'm like, but.
You know how hard it is to kill a weed?
Mala hierba nunca muera?
Hierba mala nunca muere, dude. Yeah. So that's you right there. You're going to be okay.
Mala.
Yeah, you're going to be okay, dude. Oh my god! But those are kids.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've got a buddy that two things. He's a poker player, and I was telling him about how you hold the little poker. He's like, dude, yeah, if you ever go, let me know. I said,
Sure.
I never go. And he goes, well, if he ever invites you, let me know. I'll go play.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to reach out and say congratulations because he recently asked me. He's the one that I went to the Alamo Bowl game with.
Yeah.
And so,
Congratulations to him for what?
a week ago, him and his beautiful wife adopted their first child.
Congratulations!
Man. So kudos to you.
Change your life, baby.
Yeah,
Fatherhood changes your life, baby. It ain't about you anymore. It's about that kid.
Well, here's the funny thing, dude. My buddy Carlos, that friend of your wife's of mine, and when we first had our kids and they were much younger, I would call him. I'm like, man, it's the girl's this, the girl's that. He goes, hey, fucker. He goes, I wish I could tell you I feel bad for you, but I've been there, done that, so fuck you, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, this kid's younger?
Yeah, I mean, so his kid's already...
He's from Laredo. They all have their kids a little bit younger.
I mean, all three of his kids, one of them's married, the other two are in college, you know? So he's empty nester, And so I was excited I am excited for my buddy and his wife, but for the first time it felt good when he's like, dude, it's so stressful, it's so emotional. He goes, I'm exhausted. I'm like,
it's your turn, fucker.
Yeah, it was my turn to throw it out there. And I was like, dude, I wish I could tell you I feel bad for you, but there's a lot more of that shit coming your way, so rest up if you can, bitch.
It only gets worse and more expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. He's like, my wife's become like a shopping machine.
No.
I'm like, oh, keep working, bitch. Get a second job. Because it's going to get worse.
Those piecers are not going to deliver themselves.
Mm-hmm. And diapers aren't going down, dude.
Oh, goddamn, those things were expensive back in the day. I don't even know what they are right now.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just afraid that adult diapers are going to be up, and sooner or later my kids are going to be like, sorry,
you can't afford them, Dad. Just shit on yourself.
Shit on yourself. Go take a shower, do whatever. I don't know. I get a feeling that especially, one of my kids, I feel like one of my kids loves me more than the other, I think. Except the one that I feel loves me more, she could give a shit, She's the one that I have to constantly be reminding, hey, don't forget to feed your own dog because she hasn't eaten in 6 days,
So one of your kids loves you more than the other, but they're both like down here. It's like this. It's like one of the kids loves me more, but they're both like
they're way down here, but it's like this.
That's funny.
The other one, she's going to be like, when I told her, I said, I always joke. Every time our joke at home is that, where do you want to go when you get what would be your dream vacation? I'm like, go to Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's your dream vacation?
No, it's not, dude. I just throw out there Zimbabwe just because I like to say Zimbabwe. It's kind of like
word.
The Poconos.
It's
like
they're both
just
fun
like
words.
The word Poconos,
Albuquerque.
No. Just sorry. Poconos or Zimbabwe. Those are the two. And so she has
Cucamonga.
That's Rancho Cucamonga in California. No, I ain't going to California. Fuck that. But she did tell me, she goes, Dad, when I'm like rich and have a lot of money, I'm going to buy you a house in Zimbabwe. I'm like, is that
please don't.
I'm like, is that because you want to just leave me over there to die? She's like, here's your house. See you, bitch.
Nice.
I do believe it's going to happen. So anyway, I just wanted to say congratulations.
Retirement plan, baby. I'm sure Zimbabwe's got a low cost of living.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's other places I could go to than Zimbabwe, dude. Although, with the shit that's happening here in the States and the end of the United States as we know it being
coming
inside.
Up in November.
Yeah, November. I think November, that's the end of the United States. So, folks, we're going to continue broadcasting.
Live from Zimbabwe. 2 coconuts and a wire.
I mean,
like the professor had the little box radio and the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Where did he find the copper wiring?
Probably from the boat.
Oh, that's true. That's
I don't
true.
know. Remember, they found the boat.
That's true.
And they had the radio there.
It was, but the radio looked like it was made out of bamboo. It had like bamboo all over.
Oh, you're talking about the transistor radio?
Yeah.
Didn't they have like the CB radio? But it was like connected. They had to make like some kind of power connect using like coconut water to like.
He was doing the bicycle somewhere.
And by the way, if anybody's looking into buying an all electric car, fuck that.
Oh.
Did you hear what's going on? So remember, okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what happened last week. Last week, You know, I said it at the beginning of the podcast. And Johnny may or may not have forgotten how to charge the tablet. Right? And so we brought an extension out here.
Oh yeah, it got cold, and none of the cars would charge in the cold, just like your tablet would not charge in the cold.
There's a man complaining. He's like, "This is ridiculous. I've been sitting here, which should have taken 30 minutes, 2 hours, and I still can't go anywhere." I'm like, "You chose the fucking car. We're not ready for all electric vehicles. They look cool." Which, by the way, I've seen
the Cybertruck.
2 of them, yeah, right in this area.
That's my dream car right there, the Cybertruck.
Dude, it looks freaking sharp.
I know, right?
I love it.
It looks like you're in a video game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks... So I saw one last week in Austin. I was with my little one, and she's like, "Dad, what is that?" I look over, I'm like, "Holy shit." I said, "That's the new Tesla Cybertruck." Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Teslas, but that truck looks pretty sharp, dude. I mean, it looks like something truly out of a video game. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then down the street here, I saw one earlier in the week. Oh, last Sunday. As a matter of fact, I was on my way to take my kid.
Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cruise your neighborhood until I find it.
I was on my way to drop off my kid at Orchestra. And she says, "Dad, what is that?" And I look across the street at the light, right? And sure enough, it was parked right there.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking vehicle, man.
You know how you fix all those charging issues? You get yourself a gas-powered generator and stick it in the trunk and just and hook it up to the charging thing and then drive it around like that. Dude.
Yeah. Which, by the way, my generator was here last week. Fortunately, we didn't need it, but it didn't want to start. So yesterday,
good thing it didn't freeze.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it did freeze.
Good thing it didn't.
We didn't lose power.
We didn't have Snowmageddon again.
Snowmageddon.
We just had the normal.
Although we were supposed to get some like wintry mix today.
Again. Later in the month, something like that.
Well, I mean, this morning it was supposed to be like that because it was below 30 and we had that mist and all that shit. So who knows? Anyway,
ever since then, like any cold weather, everybody freaks out. And it's like it's not gonna happen like that again. It's like that was like a once in a.
I don't know, dude. I mean, we've had snow a few times. We've had snow at least 3 times since we've been here, and we got here 2010. So 2010 when we bought this home.
Yeah.
So. Call it 13 years. I think we've seen snow here 3 times. Yeah. You know? So.
But it's just like snow. It's like a light snow and then like 2 days later it's gone. It's not like that 1 week where it was just solid snow and nothing moved.
For Texans, 2 years ago was like not a little snow.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. That was a once in a lifetime experience. Yeah. It's not going to snow like that again.
Yeah, but we're ready. Look, ask him. I saw you grilling out in the snow.
Oh, yeah. That's my TikTok. That was during the Snowmageddon. Like, the fridge turned off, so I'm like, let me cook all the steak. And so we threw it out there, and my kids recording me, and I'm out there grilling in my jammies, my fur jammies.
That's what I did yesterday. I grilled out some steaks.
Nice. When are we going to have the brisket episode?
I'm not going to open my mouth anymore because I keep on fucking that shit up.
You make plans, and then you're like, was that today? Did you really prepare for that? Even though we've been talking about it
was I supposed
for 9 months?
Was I supposed to really, like, cook?
I tell you what, let's do it like this. Once we have 50 subscribers, because we're like at 32 right now.
Really?
Or something like that. Once we have 50, we can go live. And that's how we should celebrate going live. I'll buy the brisket and the Mexican brisket and the mollejas.
Dude, mollejas.
And we can like start in the day. I'll buy some beer. We'll put the cooler there. The video there. We'll hook up the battery so it doesn't die.
Yeah.
And we'll just go live and we'll just do brisket all day. And you can watch for 8 hours, or you can fuck off and like tune in every once in a while.
Come back every time you want.
Yeah.
We'll be here. I mean, we'll be eating without you. We'll even post the address. Okay? Not mine. We'll just post the address.
Post the address of the Cybertruck.
Yeah. So you can go by and take a look at it. It's pretty neat. Although I also saw the new Hummer.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Is it like a Hummer?
It looks like the H2, like it's a little smaller. But here's the deal. Whoever bought that Hummer, if you live in the area, fucking cheap ass. If you're going to buy a Hummer and go all out, I mean, fucking buy it with all the bells and whistles. It's supposed to be able to do that crab walk, right?
Oh.
Because all 4 tires are supposed to turn.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so, but they
all turn independently?
No, so
not on the H2. Like the original Hummer?
when you drive out, right, you can actually have all 4 tires move, and you can move diagonal, right?
Yeah.
So, and then when you do a regular turn, I thought, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they work, but
Yeah.
I don't think this fucker got the fully loaded vehicle. So it's like, dude, come on.
So I like the original Hummer because it looks like an army vehicle, and then like they turn it into like a mom's station wagon. So all the new Hummers don't turn me on at all.
I love a good Hummer. Like the original ones, you know?
I don't know. Nothing like a back in the day Hummer.
Yeah, dude.
Behind the library.
Yeah.
What?
When you could, they were so grand, you know? When you got a Hummer, it meant something, you know? It's like,
Sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it was just,
no.
Don't call me again. This meant nothing.
Wait, what are we talking about?
No, I
we
don't
still
know.
talking about Hummers?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I was not impressed. But the Cybertruck, I was impressed.
I'm impressed.
Looking forward to the DeLorean.
Are they re-releasing it?
They're making it here in San Antonio, dude.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they're supposed to be making it here in San
The
Antonio.
little gull wing doors and everything. Do you have to pay extra for the flux capacitor, or does it come standard?
I think it comes standard.
Dang!
But you can
Finally, I bet
only
you got
go
a
back to
fucking-
1984.
that's exactly the year I want to go back to it and tell myself some shit, man. There's a long list.
I need you to be able to talk. Hear the winning lotto numbers, man. I'm gonna leave you here something called a cell phone. This is what they call an apple. Wow, apples have changed.
What-
They,
you can't even eat this. What the fuck is
they
this?
taste like shit.
Well, what they give
Don't be
Biff?
stupid, little Ben.
What did they give Biff? The sports encyclopedia, and he just bet on all the.
Oh, the almanac?
Yeah, the sports almanac. Yeah.
That could be you, dude.
That could be me. I have to start saving up for DeLorean. Before we take the pause for the cause, let me do the second thing that I talked about. I try to be. The future looks bright. I like to be thoughtful with my shirts. It's got the matching hat. I don't know if you see this, but it says "The future looks bright." You'll be able to read it when Zesty does the inversion. And I know you don't like to talk about other podcasts on this.
Well, they're not going to
podcast.
see this version.
You're going to cut it?
No, what I'm saying is you're going to be able to read this. Well, they're going to be able to read it anyway.
Yeah.
Because they won't see
when
the
they inverse
inversion.
it. When you inverse it.
Yeah.
They would have known it without me saying this.
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
okay.
I get it. You always fucking stand up and say, "Don't leave. I'm just pausing. Don't leave." And then boom, we're back. And then like
So what
you
is
make
that
the
for,
same
man?
joke. So the other podcast I listened to, the Pat Ben David is an entrepreneur podcast.
Pat, what?
Patrick Ben David.
Okay.
PBD podcast. He's an entrepreneur, and he for January of this new year, he says you buy the hat, you get the t-shirt free, and it's just like, everybody, the future looks bright. This is going to be a really chaotic year, but if we can stay positive through it, there's opportunity in chaos.
So when you say the future looks bright, you're talking about from now till November?
Yes.
Okay.
After that, it looks like shit.
Yeah.
There's going to be a few riots no matter who wins, but there's opportunity in chaos, and there's opportunity where what's it called? There's opportunity whenever somebody shirks responsibility. There's opportunity to collect that responsibility and then succeed from collecting that responsibility. And there's so many in this coming generation that shirks responsibility. So there will always be
They shirk?
I don't want responsibility.
Oh, got it.
There's
Such
always
a fancy word, dude.
that's-
I'm Mexican, dude. I've never heard that word.
I got it in college.
Oh.
That and liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor, never sicker. Those are the two things I learned in college. The word shirk and that phrase.
Oh.
And how to pop a beer bottle
Liquor
on my
in the
forearm.
front, poker in the back.
That's a good one. That's number 4. That was in the advanced doctorate level. Liquor in the front, poker in the rear.
I taught that class.
But anyway, I thought maybe if I give his podcast a shout out, he might shout out this podcast because his is popular and mine is not. So
What?
yeah, I know. Surprise!
I'm
Surprise!
I'm like shocked.
We're literally talking to 32 people right now.
Well, not even now. They're gonna hear later.
later.
Well, that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, and it's
Pat Ben David.
Pat Ben David. He's an immigrant from
Dude,
I think Saudi Arabia. I'm not
that's
sure.
a hard name to say, dude. His name sounds like a Thai.
So Ben,
Like-
when you have Ben in the middle, it means son of. So
Uh.
son of David, Patrick, son of David. David from the Bible, that fought Goliath.
Got it.
Anyway, it's a great podcast. If you're an entrepreneur, I am not, but I still like to pretend like I'm one in my head.
Okay.
So I like to listen to shit like that. And he's got like a great round table that he calls the home team, and they just sit around and talk shit, kind of like us.
Yeah.
But we're better at it. We're funnier.
This is oval, but yeah.
Say that again?
This is more of an oval table.
It is. We should have called it the Oval Table.
Ooh.
We already got the logo.
Yeah.
Can't change it now.
No. I like our logo.
I like our logo too. I told you this before. I showed it to a friend, and she said that it looks like you and I are going to different bars and tasting different drinks. But I'm like, I can't take this motherfucker to a bar. I'd pick up the tab every goddamn night. He's a fucking cheap ass motherfucker.
On the plus side, he knows me very well.
But you are generous with your liquor here at the home. Thank you, salud. This is delicious, and I appreciate your hospitality. I don't want to shit on it, even though sometimes I do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like last week, you wouldn't have a fucking drink.
Didn't matter. We didn't even finish the goddamn podcast, dude.
We were commemorating the 25 years of The Sopranos.
I know.
Straight to black.
You're fucking very lucky that it was 25 years since that really shitty final episode. Oh, I saw a thing in a Q&A session. Jerry Seinfeld, they were asking him about how bad the final episode of Seinfeld was. Did you like the final episode
no,
of Seinfeld?
No, it was fucking horrible.
Yeah, everybody kind of agrees. But he agrees too. And he's like, the same thing y'all thought about it, I thought about it. And he said that there's something coming up that's going to fix all that. So I guess he's going to like come out with like a little one-off episode where they...
That'd be awesome,
do
dude.
something, yeah.
Like
and everybody's still alive. It's not like one of those... It's not like Sopranos where, the main actor is dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he does fix it, he needs to fix it soon because you never know when somebody's gonna kick the bucket. But the main characters are still alive on that show, so they could easily fix that.
Newman, Kramer,
Elaine Bennett is doing, or she did VP.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jason Alexander, he's still around.
Yeah.
What about that Jerry Seinfeld guy? No, I'm just kidding.
I literally told you he was doing.
I hear he's done all right for himself.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Did you ever see Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Show,
yeah,
dude.
It is a good show. He never made it anymore. He sold it to Netflix and then stopped doing it.
Yeah, dude, that was an awesome show. Yeah. Problem with that show is every night when I watch, because it was one of those, like I didn't want it to end, so I would like just try to watch one and then I'd get hooked and I'd watch the second one. Because they're only like 20-minute episodes.
You'd binge it and then there's nothing afterwards.
Yeah,
you feel empty and lonely inside.
Yeah, but I'm one of those. I've told you, like, I'll have a cup of coffee. Like last night, I was watching a movie, and at 11 o'clock at night, I'm having a cup of coffee, And the problem with that show is every time I would watch it, I'd crave a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but you can sleep after a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. As a matter of fact, my wife hates that.
Yeah.
Because Friday,
she'll drink a coffee with you, and then she's up all night. You're snoring your ass off.
She won't. Yeah. She won't because she knows. But I think it was Friday night. I made myself a cup of coffee, went to our bedroom. It was 11 o'clock at night. I'm sipping my cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And she went to bed. She had gone to bed because she said, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, well, good. Then she gets to bed and she starts reading and she starts doing this and that and she can't go to sleep. I finish my cup of coffee. I go to my side of the bed. I'm like, all right, good night. And she's like, are you going to go to sleep? I'm like, well, yeah, my coffee's gone. And she goes, and you fucker. She goes, you fell asleep right away. I'm like, well, I had already finished my coffee.
Yeah.
She's like, but you can go to sleep right away. I'm like, don't be such a hater.
So I just drove in from Austin today. My oldest had a volleyball tournament all weekend, and she had to be back in Austin at 7 a.m. this morning, so we left at 5:45 this morning. Last night we got in around 11:30, and I had drank an energy drink like in the middle of the day because I was like not feeling it in the middle of the day, and then I enjoyed the volleyball afterwards. But then when I got home, I couldn't sleep until like 1 or 2. I was sitting there scrolling around on TikTok, and then I got 4 hours of sleep and had to wake up at 5 to get my kid up.
See, I can't drink energy drinks, dude. And I'm going to tell you why. Call me a pussy, but I'm afraid of energy drinks, dude.
They're bad for you. They're very, very bad for you. But I think you have to drink multiple for it to be really bad. I like an energy. Man, I love an energy drink.
Do you really?
Like, seriously, yeah.
Like, is it because of the energy or the flavor?
Both.
because I used to like the green Monsters.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite energy drink.
I don't like I like the sugar-free Monsters because the green ones are like very sugary.
Yeah, you're right. See, I used to drink that shit a lot, and then, dude, there was a time where I was drinking a lot of Red Bull and vodka.
Oh, that's not good for you.
No, it's not, because I was having like 4 Red Bulls through the night, maybe 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fantastic, but, dude, and even like that, I could sleep.
That's like a college drink. When were you drinking those?
Yeah, dude, 15
Last
years
year?
ago? No,
Yeah.
about 15 years ago.
Yeah. That's what you drink when you're in college and you...
Well, I don't know what college you went to, because I couldn't afford that shit in college. I mean, shit. What was I drinking in college? Oh, whatever my mom would buy me. She would buy me. She was the one that provided my vices.
Yeah.
She would give me a carton of cigarettes and yeah.
Your mom bought you cigarettes?
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a story. You know, growing up with a Mexican parent, a widowed Mexican parent, right? Yeah. She was one of those that believed that you should never accept a drink from anybody.
Oh.
Right.
You never know what's in it?
You never know what's in it. And then if anybody hands you a drink and it's already open,
yeah, definitely don't
never accept it, right? And so she would rather than me going places and getting a beer or not knowing where it came from or whatever it was, she would much rather me party at my place. Right? And
Makes
so
sense.
she would buy me bottles of liquor. So,
nice.
Dude, I usually had about 20 to 25 bottles of liquor in my apartment.
Very beautiful.
I mean, you name it, I had it,
yeah.
Right? And that's why I drink probably more liquor than I do beer, because I got used to it.
Yeah.
But I had it because she didn't want me. One, she knew that I couldn't afford going out places.
Yeah.
And two, she would rather know that I'm at my place drinking.
Partying at home.
Yeah, partying at home.
Sounds good.
And I'm drinking whatever I make myself.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other thing is, she knew I smoked. Now, did she like me smoking? No.
Yeah.
But she also believed that if you're going to smoke something, smoke your own cigarettes.
Yeah.
Don't ask anybody, because you never know what they're going to like put in your cigarette. Or, it was just she was being cautious.
Sure.
And even though she didn't like me doing it, she'd rather buy me my carton of cigarettes. Now, she also bought them because she worked at a duty-free store. And dude,
got a discount.
A carton of cigarette was $10 at the time. A carton, dude.
Yeah, that's cheap.
So that's $1 a pack.
Yeah.
And this is when the packs of cigarettes were like $2.50, $2.75. Mm-hmm. So I would take my 2 cartons of cigarettes. Yeah. One was mine. The other one I would sell to buddies for $2 a pack.
Yeah.
Make some money off of that.
Smart.
Shit. Yeah.
When I get my DeLorean, I'm going back to 1984, and I'm buying a shit ton of cartons of cigarettes, and then I'm selling them for $12 a pack or whatever the fuck they're going for right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that's how Ben became rich.
And that's how what?
How I became rich. Hey!
I know I gave you your lights. I know you like your little lights.
I do. I feel like I'm a movie star now. Look at this.
Anyway, so yeah, that's why I always had. So to answer, well, yeah, I'm a cheap ass dude.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I like having my own liquor.
So you're weird, because like you're a cheap ass in most things, but like when you throw a party, you like buy an abundance of food, you have an abundance of alcohol, you want everybody to have a good time. You're very giving, like at a feast.
Well,
but like in other occasions, you're like you will. Because I know you were there at the invention of copper wiring, right? You remember when you were there when copper wire was invented? You and that one dude were arguing over the penny, and you stretched that motherfucker until it.
Tough ass.
Yeah.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
By the way.
But yeah, so you're like giving in certain instances and cheap in other instances, and it's usually centered around food or company.
Well, that's what it is, right? These are things I learned, I guess, growing up from my mom or my grandmother, right?
Somebody's overfeed them.
Well, you know what? When you can, do, right? And that was one of those things that it's like, there's a couple of things that I just splurge on and I don't have an issue with, right? If we're going to have a get-together, my wife truly believes that I'd rather have too much food than not enough food, right? Just like you host a party, if you're going to be a host,
Yeah, your leftovers are a whole nother family meal.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. You've been here for leftover night, too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But at the same time, you know, like when we go on vacation...
you splurge on vacation?
Yeah, dude. I mean...
When else are you going to be there?
Yeah. But then there's some shit that it's like, my wife gets mad. I'm like, do I really need this? She's like, no, you don't, but you want it. You bust your ass. I'm like, yeah, but do I really need it? Yeah. And she's like, you don't need it, but just get it. You know, when I bought one of my first vehicles, she was like, Johnny, you work hard for it. Just get it. I'm like, yeah, but do I need it? Yeah. It's just, it's the need versus want, you know? So.
Or when you're going to haunted hospitals, you don't like to kick in.
Well, that's not my cup of tea. So I let somebody else take care of that shit.
So, the Driscoll is a haunted hotel here in San Antonio.
What's your point?
We wouldn't have to drive out of town if we're doing next year's Halloween podcast, just saying.
Where's the Driscoll?
Somewhere downtown.
The Driscoll.
Just
food for thought?
Just putting seeds in the ground.
Don't you be planting,
pissing on them, seeing which
Don't you
grow.
be planting any seed around me. Hold on. Last time I told my tia that, now she has 3 kids. They're like, let me just plant a little seed. And then 9 months later, here comes the first little button.
The
button of joy, so they said. And then all of a sudden you have to buy formula and diapers and all that shit. It's like, expensive. That's no joy. I don't know. Fuck that joy.
We volunteer at church with the kids, and like there's this one mom that brings those fucking cloth diapers into the damn thing. And like, I don't change the kids. My wife and like the other volunteer change the kids.
Cloth diapers, huh?
Yeah, they hate it. They cuss the whole time. They're like, the bag stinks like shit. Everything stinks like shit. Put in fucking
Dude,
gloves
that's
on.
old school, shit. Man.
The mom thinks that diapers are toxic for the kids.
I mean, I still
plastic and shit. And,
I still do.
They're gonna shit in it. They're not eating the diaper. They're shitting in the diaper.
It's toxic if they eat the shit.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, then you got another problem, lady.
That's a different story.
Yeah, but
that's my dog. My dog will eat shit. Do you have a dog that eats shit?
Not my dog. My dog's too fucking foo-foo, dude. She doesn't know she's a dog.
Yeah, she thinks she's the head of the household.
Yeah. Like the girls go off to school and she goes and lays down on one bed.
Yours?
No, she knows not to go on that bed. Okay. Yeah, she knows my wife will kill her, but she knows that she can go onto my oldest room and get on the bed and just sleep, and my wife will hear little footsteps where she just jumps off the bed and then goes to my little one's bed.
The other bed.
Yeah, she just goes from bed to bed. Yeah. I mean, the dog is spoiled. She's got a doggy bed in our bedroom, doggy bed in my wife's office, doggy bed in the family room, and then now my kid got one of those human dog beds. Have you seen that?
I have seen that, yeah.
Okay. So she's got one of those human dog beds.
And the dog lays
the dog lays there because the dog really thinks...
This is like a really nice... Thank you for finally upgrading me.
Yeah, they finally got something nice. I'm like, hey, little bitch. You got like beds in every bedroom, you know?
The dog has been out here like by the podcast, but never on the podcast. If you don't know, his dog looks like a mop. It looks like if you accidentally spill something, you could grab it and just like, all right, go ahead, go play. Just clean up any spills.
Yeah. Well, that's why we call her Swift.
Swifty?
Yeah. She's a Swifty. She loves Taylor Swifty. No, but yeah, she doesn't realize she's a dog, dude.
So you got something to do after this? What do you have a hard cutoff that you need to, or because it's already almost
not for another like 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes. Yeah. So my. Since we got off to a little bit of a late start, because you people don't know what time it is right now.
Bitch, I got...
No, not you.
I got here early.
No, not you. I'm saying we did, in general. What do you call it? I've got to go take my older one to...
practice.
Orchestra, yeah. And I don't know what my wife is doing with the little one, so... Anywho.
So when they start knocking on the door, we're like, oh, cut it off. Click.
Yeah, no, if I get to that, then I'm in trouble. So I'm not going to wait for that. But anyway... So, went to a soccer game yesterday. Congratulations to my kid. Her team won. 8-7. Thank you. Some of the refs calls are bullshit.
I've been seeing a lot of that lately.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you would have been, I mean, even if you didn't know soccer, you'd be like, "That's a bullshit call."
Yeah.
But either way, they won. So anyway, I mean, she was happy. Oh, that's why I was surprised you were coming back early, dude.
So, yeah, we did great the first day. We were kind of like in a lower pool, I guess, because we just dominated, and that was on Friday. And then Saturday, we were in a slightly higher pool, and we dominated up until the last game. And then we lost, but that still put us in second place. So we were second place in the gold bracket. And speaking of shitty refs, like, there's refs that, they make decent calls. You see somebody obviously bounce off the net or go under the net, or, there's, when the setter sets, they have to set the ball where it doesn't spin. Because if it spins, it's considered a double touch. Because if you do it correctly, it goes straight up, or and it very little spin to it. But if you're like doing this, that makes the ball spin, so they consider it a double touch. And there's some refs, and there was one ref that like every fucking set was a double touch, and it wasn't just us, so it wasn't just calling it on us, but like double touch, double touch, double touch.
Being
like
extremely anal.
At some point, let the fucking kids play the game. You're like slowing down the game more than you're helping anybody learn how to play volleyball. It's like, shit. These are kids. This is not a college game.
That's what happened at our previous tournament, dude. Not last week's, but the tournament back in like October, November. The refs kept on calling these. It's like, dude, very let the fucking kids play.
Yeah.
He kept on stopping the game. And the thing is, he stopped the game, and the kids had their momentum going. Kind of like, I'm pretty sure in volleyball, it's the same shit,
Yeah.
I know coaches call timeouts whenever the other team's got their momentum going.
That's a strategic move. Yeah.
It
kills the momentum.
And it's the same shit. And look, yesterday, one of the moms, good was to her. She's the mom of our goalie, and she was like yelling from the top because it's indoor soccer. I was yelling at that ref. I'm like, oh fuck, man, we're gonna get screwed out of this. But anyway, fuck you, USA soccer team.
Ours is USA volleyball. Is that like just like an international thing?
No, the U.S. team played yesterday here at the Toyota Stadium, Toyota Field against Slovenia, and they were not.
Slovenia beat the United States.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess Slovenia proved itself to be the better country.
That's where we're moving. Come November.
Where there's a real soccer team, damn it.
You're like, remember when we beat you? Welcome to our country. So that's where, I'm working on our citizenship for Slovenia. What do they speak over there?
I don't know, Slavic?
I don't know.
There's like an old Simpsons joke where like they're doing a commercial for soccer, and he goes, finally, the best country of the world will be proven in a match between Uruguay and Paraguay. It's like, what the... It's like, who cares?
Yeah, dude.
We such special players as Arriaga 2, and Pedro Arriaga. They're like all fucking...
They're all the same fucking names. Yeah, dude, that was... I just can't catch a break, It's like if I root for Mexico, they suck. When I root for the U.S., they suck. I mean, Canada, well, Canada.
Here's your problem. You're watching soccer. Oh. I mean, I know your kid plays, and watch your kid and root for your kid, but to, like, watch professional soccer, why?
Well, I mean, because I tried watching the World Championship of Volleyball. Oh, yeah, no, there isn't one.
Oh, well, I don't watch that either. Even if there was one, I wouldn't watch that, because it's volleyball.
I'm pretty sure there's got to be, because I saw a TikTok video with this pretty hot-looking volleyball player.
Yeah, and they're just boom, boom, boom. The balls are just raining down like comets.
Some very attractive German girl, or I don't know where she's from. But there's got to be some sort of team like that, I would imagine.
I'm sure.
I just don't know that there is a world championship, like, volleyball.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. If there was, I wouldn't watch it.
You don't care.
I watch one sport, UFC, and it's because I like watching people beat the shit out of each other.
Oh.
What?
Oh, no, that's good. Oh, I was going to say Men in Tights, but that's wrestling. Sorry.
No. Yeah, that is. Well, the UFC.
Hey, so what's up with the Von Erich movie, dude?
Oh, I want to go see it. Have you seen it?
No, I want to.
Yeah. Well,
it's already out, I think.
It is, and I told my wife, Like, there was one night where we didn't have shit to do. I'm like, come on, we're gonna go see the movie. Let's go. I was like, I could just press like buy, and I would have had 2 tickets for us. And she's like, I don't feel like going out. So I'm like, all right.
Dude, I really want to watch that movie.
I know, me too. And she's more of a Von Erichs fan than I am.
Well, that's so every time.
And it's got the dude from The Bear. Did you watch The Bear?
Oh,
that's a great show, yeah.
Great.
And it's got the dude from The Bear. He's one of the Von Erichs.
Yeah, Alan White. What's his name? Something Alan White.
It's the dude from The Bear.
Yeah.
That's another name.
Shameless.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever watch Shameless?
No, I didn't watch it.
Dude.
I don't want to start a new show.
Oh, dude. Shameless is like truly. I mean, it epitomizes its name. You know, it's like truly the name says
shameless. Oh. Shameless as a man can get.
No,
I'll do anything I want you to. I'll do anything at all.
Hey, Garth. Stop.
You know you know what sucks about Garth Brooks?
What?
He will not release his shit on Spotify because he like has his own.
I respect that, but it sucks.
I would respect it if his catalog was enough to like warrant a subscription to the Garth Brooks streaming network.
Yeah.
But it's just Garth Brooks, and nobody's gonna fucking pay whatever he wants to stream Garth Brooks. So there's like some guy called like not Garth Brooks or something on Spotify, and like
he does a good job.
It's not Garth Brooks, but I mean it's enough. It's on my kid. My kid likes country music, so it's on her playlist. Huh. I got friends, and we like sing along, and it hits every note like the original, but it's just not.
And he's allowed to, huh?
Yeah. Well, he's not saying he's Garth Brooks. So Garth Brooks didn't write that song. The guy who wrote that song,
he's the one that owns
sold the rights to pay off a bar tab. He was celebrating one night and was buying rounds for the whole bar, and he ended up owing like $1,500, and he didn't have the money, and they were gonna like break his leg or something. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna give you the rights to this song, and then it becomes like the song of whatever year it was released, because there's a Garth Brooks version and there's another country version that did it at the same time,
dude.
But only the Garth Brooks version became famous, and yeah, that dude sold it to pay off a bar tab. The guy who wrote the song.
That's interesting, dude. I never knew that. Huh.
There's a documentary about it. You can watch it. I mean, that's the end of the story, but it's not really.
Sorry. We went nowhere with that shit.
It's a little spoiler, but yeah, that's a real thing. He sold it to pay off a bar tab, the rights to the song, which is like a very country music thing to do. But
yeah, Taylor Swift.
Oh, is she country?
No. What, she started out as country.
Oh, and she's pop. She's
pop country now. Pop, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think there is such a thing, country pop. That's what she is. Anywho. Oh, well. Oh, dude, it's getting cold now.
Yeah, well, you got to go take your kid, and we're like at the hour mark, so we should.
Are we really?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
We should probably wrap it up. Do you have closing thoughts?
I don't even know who you are. Who are you?
I've sent in the substitute. I'm Pesty McNasty.
Pesty McPasty?
Testy was busy.
Testicle nasty.
Testy is still in Austin. I'm the substitute. And my name is Franz. I'm here to pump you up. What are your closing thoughts? Do you have anything you want to get off your chest before I put something on your chest?
Ooh. And with that, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
I know it doesn't. 15.
Yeah.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve.
No, I got nothing, dude. Something I want to get off my chest? No. Other than it's fucking cold.
It is fucking cold.
My nose is getting
The future looks bright. Take heart, ladies and gentlemen. God's in control. I know America is going to look really shitty this coming year, but just know that God's in control. Why are you counting to 10? You still got 5 fingers, 5 toes?
No, I was just saying the future looks bright for the next 10 months. And then it's time to move to...
Then it's riot season, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, oh yeah. So it's like, it's dove hunting season, it's deer season, it's riot season. But we didn't start this shit. The orange guy did, so whatever.
You didn't start the riots.
Really?
Don't pin that on him.
He didn't stop it either. But anyway, now we know the truth. No, that it's riot season. That's what I meant. It's the orange guy.
No, it's not. It's the fucking media that stoked violence.
Is there something you want to get off your chest?
Yes, the fucking bullshit media. Why I don't watch the news? Because they fucking stoked violence. They were like, Target, but it's ironic that it's called Target. You should fucking target it. It's like, fucking, who the fuck says shit like that? Yeah. That they stoked violence. They were like, fucking go out and commit violence. And then
don't come and tell me that Target's better than Walmart.
It is. Target. Dude, Target is better than Walmart.
Dude,
Are we gonna fight?
You're supposed to be in touch with Middle America. How dare you say that? You love Trump.
Yeah. What does that have to do with Middle America?
So it's Walmart, dude. Not fucking Target. East Coast, West Coast. That's your Walmart people. With the exception
that's
of
Biggie
Florida.
Smalls and Tupac.
Yeah, that's true. But
and they both died.
Yeah, exactly. Because of Target. Target killed them.
Because of Target.
Yeah. Target corporate office went and they put a target on their backs.
Anyway,
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Other than the
future does look bright.
The future does look bright from here till November.
There is
then after that, you're
in
fucked.
Chaos.
You're fucked, America, or the listeners joining us. Congrats on the baby.
It's on the baby. America's dead in 10 months.
Move to another country, dude.
Future looks bright. Don't listen to this fucker.
Move to another country like Florida.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, Texas is like the...
It's like a whole other country?
It is like a whole other country.
Yeah, no, that's what I hear.
We're like the 5th largest economy in the world. Just the state of Texas by itself.
There you go.
Like I saw a statistic.
So when you're ready, don't fucking come to Texas.
Yeah, stay the fuck out.
If you're from California, stay where you're at.
Exactly.
We'll welcome anybody except, in fact, even Middle America, but not California. Yeah,
not New York.
That part we do agree on. Yeah. Yes. So, anyway, anything else?
Cheers.
Sir, salud.
Salud. See you maybe next week. Are we doing one next week or no?
Why not?
I don't know. I'm always ready, and then you're like,
was I not ready? Did I not charge that to 100%?
Thank you for charging the tablet. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing the bare minimum.
Woo! Man, I just burped and I smelled the chorizo from earlier this morning. I wish the potatoes would have come out. Anyway, all right,
coming
folks.
Out the other end.
That's what she said. We'll talk soon.
Adios. See you next week.
Here, let me turn it off.
You need a remote. So you can
you know what? I really do. I just saw one of those that you put on your finger.
Yeah.
And you can control everything.
Oh, that's how you scroll on TikTok.
Yeah, but you can also like start and stop.
Okay.
So anyway.
Go get it. You're too cheap to get it though.
Yeah, it's $17. So if anybody wishes to like purchase one for us, let us know that he did, and then we'll give you an address where you can ship it our way.
Go back and find the old. GoFundMe for
and then just deposit like
$17, $18 with taxes.
Yeah, it's like $17.99. Look it up. In fact, if you can buy it and ship it to us, or you can just donate on GoFundMe. You know, like $2, $3, $5.
Otherwise, it's never going to happen because it's not a brisket.
No, but if it was a brisket, I'd say
you'd have bought it.
Hell yeah!
Bought 3 of them.
All right, folks. Gotta go.
Bye. Adios.
Adios.